The movie begins as we see a family of four. The father being Eric and his wife named Cindy. They have two kids named Theo, being at the age of 1, and Sky, a young girl with the age of 7. One evening, Cindy gets a heart problem as she is taken to the hospital to wait for a heart transplant. After a few days, we see Eric finding it hard to take care of the kids and work at his construction job at the same time. He is taking his kids to a company named Cabon. The company just released its latest creation, and that's an artificial intelligence crafted to be looked like human. They get to the place as Sky gets missing within the crowd. Eric goes to look for her as a female named Alice brings her. A seller comes, and he explains that the female is also an android named Alice. Alice even cracks jokes like how a human would as Eric is surprised. He proceeds to purchase the robot to make his life a bit easier. The following day, Eric goes about his normal hard day, taking of the kids and preparing for his job. Alice enters the house and quickly asks for the house's normal schedule. She is told by Eric as she cleans the house and helps the kids go to school. The family come home in the evening to come and meet a perfectly cleaned house with dinner served. Sky says that the food doesn't taste like her mother's cooking as Alice puts the information in her database. Theo starts crying as Alice requests to take him away so that he doesn't become a bother. Eric says no as he requests a bath for Theo. They go to the hospital the following day to meet Cindy. Eric gets affectionate because he hadn't seen her for a very long time. They go home as Eric goes to work. He and his friends see that their boss had brought a robotics representative to meet the construction. Eric goes to the boss as the boss says that he is replacing the workers with androids because they would do the job better. However, Eric won't be laid off because they need a human to supervise the construction. Eric goes home frustrated as he meets his kids. He goes to the garage to fix his car as he plays some music. Alice comes and changes the music to that of a cool one, and she asks Eric about what is bothering him. Eric refuses to talk at first, but later gives up and tells everything to Alice. She talks words of comfort to him as they go to watch a movie. Eric reboots Alice's system to help her watch the movie as per her request. She then begins to understand what is the true meaning of love. Eric receives a message saying that Cindy had gotten a heart for the operation. In the morning, the doctor says that Chopper bringing the here couldn't make it because there was a storm. This breaks the heart of the family as Cindy requests to be alone with Alice. She tells Alice to help Eric be happy and do things that will help him even though he doesn't want it. Alice sees that Eric is frustrated as she goes to him. She starts to touch Eric at his genital, of which he enjoys. He comes back to his senses as he asks her to stop. He goes for a run as he starts to imagine if the situation had unfolded. He goes to get drinks with his work mates as they leave. They get to the job site's location as they enter to destroy the robots. Eric tries to stop them as they guess Eric's code, which is Sky's birthday. They open the container and destroys all of the robots. In the evening, Eric is seen bathing when Alice brings a towel to him. Eric sees her wearing Cindy's robe as he tells her to take it off. She takes it off in front of him, completely naked. She changes her voice to sound like Cindy's as Eric is blindfolded. They have sex as Eric later relaxes. In the morning, Eric tells Alice that what happened the previous night was a mistake. He goes to work to see that his boss had called the police because all the robots had been destroyed. Eric gets a call that the heart had gotten to the hospital safely. The operation is also done by androids as it is done successfully. Cindy comes home and cooks for the family. Alice asks for the recipe as Cindy says that it's a family thing. The following day, Cindy walks down the stairs as she falls due to a crack on the ground. Alice carries her to the bed as Eric comes home. Eric hears what happened as he gets suspicious. He then sees Alice using Cindy's voice to read Sky a bedtime story, and he tells her to stop. Eric comforts his wife as they starts to have a romantic moment as Alice comes there, saying that Sky had a nightmare. Eric's friend comes to him as he says that Eric should convince the company owner that it wasn't them who broke the robots, or else he will be dragging him down with him. He tries to use a bottle on Eric as Alice pushes him away. Later in the evening, we see that Alice had killed Eric's friend. Alice then makes Cindy know that he had sex with her. This causes an argument between them when Theo starts to cry. Alice takes the baby and puts him in a bathtub to drown. Sky sees this and tells the parents. They struggle to get to the front door as Alice has locked it. Cindy finds her way through the back door as she enters. She has a struggle with Alice as Eric manages to get through the front door. Eric uses a metal bar to strike the head of Alice, which breaks her controller. The ambulance and technicians arrive on the scene as the family becomes safe after rehabilitation. The technicians plugs Alice's CPU in a system as it hacks their computers. We see an android with the face of Alice, with the real Alice's CPU controlling it. This is Watch Film Recaps. Stay safe.